بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Aqaid al-Imamiyya by the late Sheikh Ayatollah Muzaffar Rahmatullah alayh. And tonight we have one of the most beautiful parts of the book. Number 37, Aqidatuna fi ma'na tashayyu' inda Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. What is our belief about the meaning of Shia according to the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam? What would qualify someone to be considered as a Shia? What did they mean by Shia? He says that Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, after what happened to them, and that is they were not given the right of imamah, but they didn't stop, and they did their best in purifying, educating, training people to become true Muslims, true servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They tried to raise people as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to be. So they did their best with the people who were listening to them, who were following them, to teach them religious rulings, تعليمه الأحكام الشرعية وتلقينه المعارف المحمدية صلى الله عليه وسلم, to teach them also the teachings of the Islam, ويعرفونه ما له وما عليه, to teach them what rights they have and what responsibilities and obligations they have. ولا يعتبرون الرجل تابعا وشيعة لهم إلا إذا كان مطيعا لأمر الله. They were not, like some politicians, that they want just to add to the number of their, group and benefit from them for, bringing some influence or, pressurizing others, etc. They were interested in quality. They would not consider someone as a follower of them or Shia of them unless that person was a person who was obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who was avoiding his or her lower desires and was really taking their teachings and their instructions. So it was a matter of reality, it's a matter of quality. وَلَا يَعْتَبِرُونَ حُبَّهُمْ وَحْدَهُ كَافِيًا لِلنَّجَاةِ. Ahlul Bayt were not considering love for them to be the only thing that can guarantee your salvation. You love them and don't bother about anything else, you will have salvation. كما قد يمني نفسه بعض من يسكن إلى الدعة والشهوات. Some people that they have more comfort in being indulging themselves and enjoying shahawat, they would give this hope to themselves that we love Ahlul Bayt and after that everything will be sorted out. They are looking for an excuse to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this was not the manner of Ahlul Bayt. This was not the style of Ahlul Bayt, the philosophy of Ahlul Bayt. إنهم لا يعتبرون حبهم وبلاءهم منجاة إلا إذا اقترن بالأعمال الصالحة وتحل الموالي لهم بالصدق والأمانة والورع والتقوى. They were not considering love for them and their wilaya as najat, as salvation, unless this love and wala was coming with righteous deeds and with being equipped with honesty, trustworthiness, piety, and God-fearing. Tahalli comes from hilya. Hilya means zina, means to have these beautiful traits of character. For example, we have this hadith: Ya khaythama abligh mawalina أنه لا نغني عنهم من الله شيئا أنه لا نغني عنهم من الله شيئا إلا بعمل. Deliver this message to our followers, our lovers, that we cannot suffice them. We cannot make them free from need for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and think that because they are our followers, everything will be sorted out. They would need to worry about nothing. No. Illa bi'amal. If you want to be rich, if you want to have something, if you want to be successful, you need your own action. وَإِنَّهُمْ لَن يَنَالُوا وِلَايَتَنَا إِلَّا بِالْوَرَعِ. If they want to have our wilaya, it only comes with taqwa. وَإِنَّ أَشَدَّ النَّاسِ حَسْرَةً يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ وَصَفَ عَدْلًا ثُمَّ خَالَفَهُ إِلَى غَيْرِهِ. The greatest people in regret and remorse on the day of judgment are those people who describe adl, means they know it, they associate themselves with it in dunya, but actually when it comes to action, they go to the opposite. They go to something which is other than adl. So those who are our followers, and they are proud of, for example, following imams who have taqwa, who have, wisdom, who have honesty, trustworthiness, all good qualities that they have. So we should follow them in these qualities as well. Not just we say, we follow them and then we go to another direction. This would make us greatest people in loss and in regret on the day of judgment. بل هم يريدون من أتباعهم أن يكونوا دعاة الحق. Ahlul Bayt were asking their followers to be calling towards the truth. Du'at is opposite to, it's a plural for da'i. Da'i, du'at, means someone who makes da'wah. They wanted their Shia to be calling others towards the truth. وَأَدِلَّا عَلَى الْخَيْرِ وَالرَّشَادِ, to guide people towards what is good, what is guidance, inspire people to do good things. وَيَرَوْنَ means they were looking and considering. This yarawna is not looking with the eyes, means with the heart. أَنَّ الدَّعْوَةَ بِالْعَمَلِ أَبْلَغُ مِنَ الدَّعْوَةِ بِاللِّسَانِ. Ahlul Bayt had this idea that this da'wah towards the truth and khairat should be not with tongue only, should be with action. Therefore, they, famous hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, كونوا دعاة للناس بالخير بغير ألسنتكم. Invite people, be among the people, those who invite people to good, but without your tongues. ليروا منكم الاجتهاد والصدق والورع. They should see in you, they must see in you ijtihad, working hard for the sake of Allah, sidq, honesty and truthfulness, والورع, piety. If you have these qualities, even if you are silent, you are doing da'wah. And of course, if you also speak, you would do more da'wah. But the main thing to have these qualities. ونحن نذكر لك الآن بعض المحاورات التي جرت لهم مع بعض أتباعهم. Sheikh Muzaffar says, now we mention for you some of the conversations between Ahlul Bayt and some of their followers. He has beautiful conversations here. لتعرف مدى تشديدهم وحرصهم على تهذيب أخلاق الناس, so that you would see how much they were interested and they were urging people to purify themselves and their akhlaq. First, محاورة أبي جعفر الباقر عليه السلام مع جابر الجعفي. حوار, محاورة and حوار the same, means conversation, dialogue between Imam Baqir alayhi salam and Jabir ibn Yazid al-Ju'fi. يا جابر أيكتفي من ينتحل التشيع أن يقول بحبنا أو أن يقول يحبنا أهل البيت. O Jabir, does the one who affiliates himself to Tashayyu, he says I am a Shia, adheres to Shia Islam, does he think it is enough to say he loves us or to believe in love for us? فَوَاللَّهِ مَا شِيعَتُنَا إِلَّا مَنِ اتَّقَى اللَّهَ وَأَطَاعَهُ. By Allah, our Shia are not except those who fear God and obey Him. Shia is a reality, not just name. وَمَا كَانُوا يُعْرَفُونَ. Our Shia in the past were not known except through these qualities. إِلَّا بِالتَّوَاضُ. So Shia were famous, were well known for what? Humility. وَالتَّخَشُّعُ. خُشُوع, again, mean humility in the heart. وَالْأَمَانَةِ. Trustworthiness. وَكَثْرَةِ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Abundant remembrance of Allah. وَالصَّوْمِ. Fasting. وَالصَّلَاةِ. Saying prayer. وَالْبِرَّ بِالْوَالِدَيْنِ. Being kind to their parents. وَالتَّعَاهُدِ لِلْجِيرَانِ مِنَ الْفُقَرَاءِ. They were committed to take care of their neighbors who were poor or miskin or in debt, debtors, Ahlul Gharamin, Aitam, orphans. وَالصِّدْقِ الْحَدِيثِ. To be truthful. وَتِلَاوَةِ الْقُرْآنِ. To recite the Quran. وَكَفِّ الْأَلْسُنَ عَنِ النَّاسِ إِلَّا مِنْ خَيْرٍ. They were not speaking about people except in a good way. وَكَانُوا أُمَنَاءَ أَشَائِرِهِمْ فِي الْأَشْيَاءِ. In their ashira, in their tribe, in their group, in their community, wherever these Shia were, they were trusted. People had full trust in them. This is the way our Shia were known. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ وَاعْمَلُوا لِمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Fear God and act for what is with God. Means the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَيْسَ بَيْنَ اللَّهِ وَبَيْنَ أَحَدٍ قَرَابَةٌ. Allah is not relative of anyone. Allah is not brother or cousin of anyone. You cannot say if Allah is my cousin or brother, he would sort out my things. أحب العباد إلى الله عز وجل أتقاهم وأعملهم بطاعته. The most loved servants of Allah for Him are those who are more pious and they act more according to His obedience. يا جابر والله ما نتقرب إلى الله تبارك وتعالى إلا بالطاعة. O Jabir, even us, we don't get nearness to Allah except with ta'ah. If we have nearness to Allah, it's because of our ta'ah. Then how can people follow us and then say we don't need to do ta'ah? وَمَا مَعْنَا بَرَاءَةٌ مِنَ النَّارِ. We don't have any protection from fire that we give to people. Say, okay, take this, you don't go to hell. Don't worry about, your actions. وَلَا عَلَى اللَّهِ لِأَحَدٍ مِنْ حُجَّةٍ. And no one has any proof, any argument to use against Allah, so that Allah, because of that argument, has to accept whatever they say. مَنْ كَانَ لِلَّهِ مُطِيعًا فَهُوَ لَنَا وَلِيٌّ. Whoever is obedient to Allah is our wali, has our wilayah. وَمَنْ كَانَ لِلَّهِ عَاصِيًا. And whoever is disobedient to Allah, فَهُوَ لَنَا عَدُوٌّ. He doesn't belong to our camp, he belongs to opposite camp. وَمَا تَنَالُ وِلَايَتَنَا, or وَمَا تُنَالُ وِلَايَتُنَا, both can be said, إِلَّا بِالْعَمَلِ وَالْوَرَعِ. Our wilayah cannot be reached, or you cannot reach our wilayah, except with action and piety. Very beautiful and very clear message from Imam alayhi salam. The second conversation, again from Imam Baqir alayhi salam, with Sa'id ibn al-Hasan. Imam Baqir alayhi salam told him, this is similar to the hadith that we had in discussion about wilaya, about intimacy and the trust that should exist among the believers. The discussion between Burayd al-Ijli and Imam Baqir alayhi salam, if you remember. That Burayd al-Ijli told Imam alayhi salam, you have lots of followers in Kufa, why you don't uprise against Bani Umayyah? And Imam alayhi salam asked him, أَيَذَوْ أَحَدُكُمْ يَدَهُ فِي كِيسَ أَخِي فَيَأْخُذُ حَاجَتَهُ? And he said no. Then Imam said, فَهُمْ بِدِمَائِهِمْ أَبْخَلْ. This is similar to that in the topic and the message. Here Imam Baqir alayhi salam asked Sa'id ibn al-Hasan, أَيَجِيءُ أَحَدُكُمْ إِلَىٰ أَخِيهِ فَيُدْخِلُ يَدَهُ فِي كِيسِهِ فَيَأْخُذُ حَاجَتَهُ فَلَا يَدْفَعُهُ? Is one of you able to go to his brother, put his hand in the pocket of his brother, for example, or a pack, whatever he has, and take what he needs, and his brother would not mind, would not stop him? For example, I have to take my child to hospital. I don't have money with me, and either my brother is here, I can go and take, or he's not here, I know he doesn't mind. Said said, Ma a'rafu dhalika fina. He said, no, I don't know such a thing. This is not what I have heard, what I have, seen. Imam said, Fala shay'a idhan. Fala shay'a. Nothing is there. Imam didn't say, okay, they are not yet perfect. It's not a matter of not being perfect. It's a matter of being anything, being something. Sa'id said, Fal halak idhan. So it means that we are finished, we are destroyed. Imam said, Innal qawma lam yu'taw ahlamahum ba'd. These people have not been given aql yet. They have not become mature in their aql. They have no wilaya. Number 3, a conversation of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam with Abu Sabah al-Kanani. He told Imam alayhi salam, Ma nalqa min al-nas fiq. Oh Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, how much we meet and receive from people because of you. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, وَمَا الَّذِي تَلْقَى مِنَ النَّاسِ? What is what you see and receive from people? He said, لا يزال يكون بيننا وبين الرجل الكلام فيقول جعفري خبيث. He says, whenever a problem happens between us and some people, a kind of quarrel, argument, they say, you are Ja'fari and you are Khabith. Khabith is opposite to Tayyib, is unpleasant, but it's a little, it's kind of rude. It's not just unpleasant. Of course, as you can imagine, he was not very careful about his language, and it seems that he was somehow complaining that na'uzu billah, because of our connection with you, people say these things to us. It seems so. I don't know what was in his heart, but it seems so. And Imam alayhi salam said, yu'ayyirukumun nas bi. Do people blame you because of me? He said yes. I don't understand why he was like this. Then Imam said, Ma aqalla wallahi man yattabi'u Ja'faran minkum. By Allah, how little are in number those among you who followed Ja'far. Means follow me. If you have problem with people, don't think it's because of following me. Who is following me and has problem with people? إنما أصحابي من اشتد ورعه وعمل لخالقه ورجى ثوابه هؤلاء أصحابي. My companions are those who have strong taqwa and they act for the sake of their creator and they do everything with the hope of getting a reward from him. Means for everything they have intention, for everything they are sincere and they want to do something to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are my companions. I don't think people would ever have any difficulty with follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. If people have difficulty with us, it's because we are not good followers. I'm talking about masses of people. Yes, criminals maybe, but how many people are criminals? Masses of people, even if they have short-sightedness or shortcomings in knowledge, understanding, still in their heart they are okay. They appreciate people with good akhlaq, people who are polite, people who are humble, people who are kind, people who are helpful, people who are not arrogant, people who are not annoying. They are careful about their behavior, about the language. Who minds such people? Everyone loves such people, except maybe very, very small group of people who are really, really wicked. Otherwise, most of people would appreciate. Number 4. ولأبي عبد الله عليه السلام كلمات في هذا الباب نقتطف منها ما يلي. There are also some hadiths from Ahlul Bayt that we pick up, not in the form of hiwar, but still some sayings of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. For example, and these are all from Al-Kafi. ليس منا ولا كرامته من كان في مصر فيه 100,000 أو يزيدون وكان في ذلك المصر أحد أورع منه. It's not one of us, of course, not a kind of pride that we say this, but anyway, it's not one of us if someone lives in a city of 100,000 population or more, and there is one person in that city pious than him. If there is one non-Shia pious than you, you are not from us. In a city of 100,000, of course, if there are all Shia, or there are Shia who are better than you, it's possible. But it seems that if a non-Shia is better than you, means you have not acted according to the standards of Ahlul Bayt and expectations of Ahlul Bayt. Number 2. إنا لا نعد الرجل مؤمنا حتى يكون للجميع أمرنا متبعا ومريدا. We don't count someone as a mu'min unless he follows and wants all our affair or all our command, everything that we have said, not to be selective. And be aware, وَإِنْ أَلَا وَإِنَّ مِنْ اتِّبَاعِ أَمْرِنَا وَإِرَادَتِهِ الْوَرَى. One of the things that we command and we want is taqwa, wara. So if you want to be mu'min to our, with respect to our affair, if you want to be mu'min بِوِلَايَتِنَا, you must be muttaqi. فَتَزَيَّنُوا بِهِ يَرْحَمْكُمُ اللَّهِ. Try to acquire wara and beautify yourself with wara. May Allah's mercy be upon you, or Allah's mercy will be upon you. 3. ليس من شيعتنا من لا تتحدث المخدرات بورعه في خدورهن. If a man, a Shia man, would not speak with women with their hijab, and they are in their hijab and in the private places, if this man doesn't speak with them with taqwa, he is not a Shia. He is alone with some women or one woman and doesn't observe requirements of haya and taqwa, he is not a Shia. وَلَيْسَ مِنْ أَوْلِيَائِنَا مَنْ هُوَ فِي قَرْيَةٍ فِيهَا 10,000 رَجُلٍ فِيهِمْ خَلْقٌ لِلَّهِ أَوْرَأُ مِنْهُ. Also is not one of our awliya if someone lives in a village or town. Qarya means village, but sometimes it is used also for town. in which there are 10,000 people, and there is one creation of Allah, means one person among those people, more pious than him. So these hadiths are especially important for our also brothers and sisters in university societies, that there are other societies, Islamic societies or non-Islamic societies. They should try, inshallah, to be the best in their taqwa, and also the way brothers and sisters interact should be with observation of haya. Sometimes you don't have any bad intention. I am sure that our brothers and sisters are very careful about their intention, but also the impression we give to people is very important. They should know that followers of Ahlul Bayt are very careful about their haya and their respect. There are certain elements of haya in the public that even husband and wife should observe. Even brother and sister should observe, real brother and sister, when we are in public, let alone to strangers, to na-mahram. They certainly should observe, even if they have no bad intention. 4. إنما شيعة جعفر من عفه بطنه وفرجه. Follower of Ja'far ibn Muhammad is the one whose batin is afif, modest, and has chastity, and also with respect to the sexual matters is again observing modesty and chastity. So we don't eat everything, we don't do anything unless according to the requirements of taqwa. وَاشْتَدَّ جِهَادُهُ, and struggles for the sake of Allah, works hard for the sake of Allah to bring improvement. وَعَمِلَ لِخَالِقِهِ, and asks for his creator. وَرَجَى ثَوَابَهُ وَخَافَ إِقَابَهُ. Thawab of Allah is always in his mind. Punishment of Allah is always his mind. He's mindful of that. فَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ شِيعَةُ جَعْفَرٍ. If you see such people who have modesty, chastity, work hard, they are mindful of akhirah, they work for thawab, they are afraid of iqab, these are Shi'atu Ja'far. These are the people who are real followers of Ja'far ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq. May Allah, inshallah, include us among true followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and true Muslims and true believers, inshallah. Number 38. عقيدتنا في الجور والظلم. What is our belief about injustice? We said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just, and we always say that justice of Allah has to be echoed in social justice. We cannot believe in God who is just and then do zulm to others, or be indifferent to zulm that someone is doing to someone else. Say, okay, I am not doing zulm, that's enough. First, make sure you don't do zulm, which is not easy. Many times we do zulm to others or to ourselves, and we don't notice, unfortunately. It needs lots of muraqabah, lots of self-monitoring to make sure that we don't do zulm. But suppose you can avoid zulm, means you don't do zulm. Still, we have another responsibility, and that is to help the oppressed. So he says, من أكبر ما كان يعظمه الأئمة عليهم السلام على الإنسان من الذنوب العدوان على الغير والظلم للناس. One of the greatest things that Ahlul Bayt were telling people that these are great things to be careful about is to disregard rights of people and do injustice to them. And this is because of following the Quran. They were following Quran. It's not from Ahlul Bayt, themselves. It's Quranic principle that Quran frightens us of zulm, and Quran condemns zulm. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ibrahim verse 42, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Don't think Allah is heedless about what the oppressors do. إِنَّمَا يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ لِيَوْمٍ تَشْخَصُ فِيهِ الْأَبْصَارِ. Allah in dunya is giving them some time, but everything is watched. And everything will have its consequences in dunya and akhirah. And also in dunya there is a limit. If it reaches limit, even in dunya they will be destroyed. وَقَدْ جَاءَ فِي كَلَامِ أَمِيرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ مَا يَبْلُغُ الْغَايَةَ فِي بِشَاعَةِ الظُّلْمِ وَالتَّنْفِيرِ. In the sayings of Amir al-Mu'minin, what has come reaches the end. Means it's very strong in explaining the ugliness of zulm and keeping people away from it, warning people about zulm. For example, in Nahj al-Balagha, he says, وَاللَّهِ لَوْ أُعْطِيتُ الْأَقَالِيمَ السَّبْعَةَ بِمَا تَحْتَ أَفْلَاكَهَا. By Allah, if I am given 7 continents and what is under the sky, so from sky up to the continents, and perhaps 7 continents means 5 continents plus north and south poles, and whatever is between the sky and them, to do zulm, Allah and asi Allah, to how many people? Not even one person. To one ant. Allah an asi Allah fi namlatin aslubuha jalba sha'iratin mafal. To take the peel of a barley from an ant, I wouldn't do it. I have nothing to do with zulm. Doesn't matter who is mazlum and how much is zulm. Zulm has nothing to do with Ali. وهذا غاية ما يمكن أن يتصوره الإنسان في التعفف عن الظلم والحذر من الجور واستنكار عمله. This is the maximum we can think about keeping away from zulm and condemning zulm and actions which are unjust. إنه لا يظلم النملة في قشرة شعيرة وإن أعطي الأقاليم السبع. Even if they give him 7 continents, he's not happy to take, not to kill an ant, just to take this barley peel from the mouth of an ant. فكيف حال من يلغ في دماء المسلمين وينهب أموال الناس ويستهين في أعراضهم وكراماتهم. Now you can imagine how terrible is the situation of people who delve into the blood of Muslims and non-Muslims, rob their property, they don't have any respect for their honor, for their karama, nothing. How can then we compare such people to Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam? And how can these people would be standing with respect to the fiqh of Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, not the way he understood Islam. إن هذا هو الأدب الإلهي الرفيع الذي يتطلبه الدين من البشر. This is the amount of adab, politeness. Here adab, you can say politeness, which religion wants from us, to be that careful, the courtesy that we have to observe with respect to others. نعم إن الظلم من أعظم ما حرم الله تعالى. Zulm is one of the greatest things that Allah has prohibited. فلذا أخذ من أحاديث آل البيت وأدعيتهم المقام الأول. Therefore, zulm has taken the first rank in the teachings of Ahlul Bayt when it comes to blaming and keeping their followers away. It comes at the least, top of the list. وَهَذِهِ سِيَاسَتُهُمْ وَعَلَيْهَا سُلُوكُهُم. This is their policy and their conduct. حتى مع من يعتدي عليهم ويجترئ على مقام. Even to the people that were, disregarding their rights and daring to, disrespect them, they didn't allow their followers to do zulm to them. Not only they didn't do zulm, they didn't allow their followers to do zulm. Some people, don't do zulm, but they don't mind if their followers do zulm. They think, I do bad things, but I let my followers, get rid of them. No. Ahlul Bayt did not let their followers do anything that they didn't, like it themselves to do it. وقصة الإمام الحسن عليه السلام معروفة في حلمه عن الشامي الذي اجترى عليه وشتمه. The story of Imam Hassan alayhi salam is famous about his forbearance with respect to that person from Sham, from Damascus, where Muawiyah was, who dared, attacking Imam and, disrespecting Imam alayhi salam. But Imam alayhi salam latafahu, he did mulatafa with him. He was very kind with him and showed tenderness to him, offered to help him, to host him, and this person understood that he was wrong. And I think Imam Hassan didn't do this in order to, change him. Even if he was not going to change, Imam still was doing the same thing, because Imam does what he thinks is appropriate. It's not that Imam does with the condition that he is going to change. He did it for the sake of Allah, whether this person is going to appreciate or not. But when you do it for the sake of Allah without expectation, most of the time it works. وقد قرأت آنفا في دعاء سيد الساجدين من الأدب الرفيف العفو عن المعتدين. Just now, in the previous section, you read in dua of Imam Zain al-Abidin about the high courtesy that Imam alayhi salam showed about forgiving those who have wronged him and asking Allah to forgive them. So not only he is forgiving them, he asks Allah also to forgive them. وَهُوَ غَايَةُ مَا يَبْلُغُ السُّمُوُّ النَّفْسِ. This is the maximum that highness of the self can reach and complete humanity. And then he says, وَإِنْ كَانَ الْإِعْتِدَاءُ عَلَى الظَّالِمِ بِمِثْلِ مَا اعْتَدَى جَائِزًا فِي الشَّرِيعَةِ. Although, if someone has invaded and disregarded your rights, you have the right to retaliate. Of course, with certain conditions, but in general, إِنْ اعْتَدَوْا عَلَيْكُمْ فَاعْتَدُوا عَلَيْهِمْ بِمِثْلِ مَا اعْتَدَوْا عَلَيْكُمْ. You have some right. وَكَذَا الدُّعَاءُ عَلَيْهِ جَازٌ. Even if you can pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against them. But الْجَوَازُ شَيْءٌ وَالْعَفُّ الَّذِي هُوَ مِنْ مَكَارِمِ الْأَخْلَاقِ شَيْءٌ آخَرٌ. Yes, you can fight them back, you can, pray against them, this is one thing. But to pray for them, this is مَكَارِمُ الْأَخْلَاقِ. This is one of the noble traits of character. بل عند الأئمة أن المبالغة في الدعاء على الظالم قد تعد ظلما. It's a very interesting point. He says, according to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, if you insist too much on praying against zalimin, this is also zulm. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, إن العبد يكون مظلوما فما يزال يدعو حتى يكون ظالما. Sometimes a person is mazloom and then he keeps praying against zalim, then he himself becomes zalim. And he interprets it in this way. حتى يكون ظالما في دعائه على الظالم بكثرة تكراره. Means he so much repeats dua against zalim that he himself becomes zalim. Ya subhanallah. أيكون الدعاء على الظالم إذا تجاوز الحد ظلما. Oh Allah, even dua against zalim has a limit, has a balance. And if you go beyond the balance, it is zulm. إذن ما حال من يبتدئ بالظلم والجور. Then now what's the situation of those who initiate zulm? ويعتدي على الناس. And they disregard rights of people, or damage their reputations, and rob their proper amwal, or for example they report against them and spread rumors, and sometimes rumors, sometimes maybe facts. They do wash means like gossiping, but here means like reporting. عند الظالمين. أو يخدعهم. Sometimes they deceive people and trap them in problems. Sometimes people dig a well for people to get into the well. من حفر بئرا لأخيه. In hadith says, if someone digs a well for his brother, he would himself be also put into that. Maybe that person goes in the well, maybe doesn't go, but you will go to the well. Or say bad words about them, or annoys them, or spies on them. So what is the situation of these people when it comes to the fiqh of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam? These people who do zulm, who annoy people, who take away their money, damage their reputation, report them to the zalimeen, spy on people, dig wells for them so that they collapse. Ab'adun nas anillah ta'ala. These are farthest away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the most remote place from Allah. And these are the greatest people in sin, and ugliest in action, and ugliest in what they leave after them. So this is our aqidah about zulm. Then number 39, عقيدتنا في التعاون مع الظالمين. What is our belief about cooperation, na'udhu billah, with oppressors? May Allah keep us away from any kind of zulm, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Thank you very much, Sheikh, for a very introspective lecture. We have to try to be amongst the Shias of Imam Ali alayhi salam, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time for Q&A today, but we do look forward to a bittersweet final night with you tomorrow, inshallah.